Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Falls from Mine. I'm Gatesy, your host. Just a few little things I want to discuss with you guys and get your opinions on. So you've got the comment section below. Please don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Really does help the channel out tremendously. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you hit that bell icon and you'll be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel, such as this. So the first little thing I want to discuss with you, there was a piece that I saw on YouTube from the Day's Banter. I've got to give him due credit, Steve. Hope you're watching, mate. Hope you're doing well, day up. Where he put the story across that Declan Rice could be about to be offered a contract. Purported figure is £400,000 a week, which sounds an absolutely mind-blowing amount of money. And to mere mortals like myself and probably most of you guys watching, it is. It's a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, 400k, nearly half of, on the way to £500,000 a week. I mean, it's just mind blowing. But when you put that against the context of the fact that we, as a football club, not just sort of like the fans, but the board have turned around and said that Declan Rice is a £100 million player, maybe more than that now, 120, 150, who knows. But we put him in a player that's, their starting pricing, if it comes to we're going to sell him, is going to be somewhere in three figures. So if he's someone that we attach that transfer value to, would it not be fair to say that we need to pay that player, if we value them at such a price, that we pay them accordingly? Is it any point in having a player that you attach? You wouldn't buy £100 million player, not that West Ham could, but if, let's just suppose for the sake of an argument, West Ham or any club paid £100 million for a player, you're not going to pay them 20 grand a week, are you? Stands to reason. Now, is he worth 400k a week? That's, you've got to decide that. This is the question that I'm asking. I think Declan Rice is a tremendous player. 400k is a massive, massive amount of money, but if we was to go out and replace him, how much would it cost us? Not just that, but he's our heartbeat. He's everything that we do. He's our best defender, and he sets our attacks going the other way, and he's becoming a nuisance as far as the opposition defenders are concerned now. So Declan Rice, 400k a week, it's possible. Obviously this new Czech guy that's come in, Daniel Kretinsky, the Sparta Prague president and 40% shareholder in the club. Obviously this is a guy that has a estimated personal wealth, I've seen 3 billion, 4 billion, somewhere in that sort of bracket. He's a pretty well off guy, and his business wealth is even greater than that. So he coming on board, if this comes to pass, and as I record this, it hasn't yet been announced that the T's have been crossed, the I's have been dotted, but should Daniel Kretinsky come into the club, it makes it a little bit, we have a little bit more financial firepower that we can bring to bear in terms of contract negotiations with Declan Rice. So 400k, I think if it had been under Gold and Sullivan just themselves, I don't think they'd have gone to 400k. I don't think that would be a reasonable figure, to be perfectly honest with you. But if this guy's coming in with that sort of money behind him, it might make that story a little bit more likely. I think he needs to be, this is my opinion, I think he needs to be the most well-paid player at the club. I think at the moment Andrei Yarmolenko is our highest paid player, or so I'm led to believe. Completely ridiculous. It needs to be Declan Rice. Now I appreciate Declan Rice has turned down 2 contract offers, as is in his gift. Completely fine. But he needs to be remunerated. He needs to be shown that he is the most important player at the club. And like I say, if we're going to attach a £100 million or greater price tag to him, in my opinion, then we need to pay him something in accordance with that. As I say, no point, you wouldn't buy a £100 million player in the year 2021, rolling towards 2022, playing Premier League football, England international. He's playing in European competitions now. You wouldn't buy a player like Declan Rice for 100 million quid and pay him 20k a week. You wouldn't. Let me know what you think. Comment section below. Get stuck into it. Is Declan Rice worth 400k a week, which is the figure that was quoted on the day's banter? Or, if he's not, what is he worth? If Andrei Yarmolenko's worth 110 a week, which is I think what he's getting at the minute, what should Declan Rice reasonably get? Let me know. The other piece of news I want to discuss, Ben Johnson. Now, Ben Johnson's come into the West Ham first 11. Obviously, Vladimir Tufal picked up an injury. Ben Johnson's come in. He's been someone that's been in and out of the team. He's been around the first team for a good number of years now, but he's never really managed to nail down and establish a starting berth for too long in the first team. He's been in, he's been out. Sometimes he'll play at right back, sometimes he'll play at left back. He even had a couple of games, if I remember correctly, where he's played in central midfield. Anyway, so his contract, as of right now, actually runs out at the end of the current season, 2021-22. However, there is an option, which is something that I've only just picked up on this in the last couple of days, actually, because it was my understanding that his contract ended at the end of this season. I got to be honest, I was a bit concerned, because I was like, he's now got into the team. He's really got the bit between his teeth. Yes, there are still some flaws in his game, but he's still a young player. He's still learning, and he's got two fantastic right backs to learn from in Ryan Fredericks, but principally Vladimir Tufal. He's obviously got time on his side. He's going to develop. He's going to get better. He got a cracking goal on Sunday at Villa Park against Aston Villa. He's on the right-hand side. Declan Rice feeds him. He cuts inside, unleashes us with his left foot, low past Martinez to put West Ham 1-0 up. And we went on to win 4-1. Defensively, he's been pretty good as well. I mean, he's been part of a defence that has kept clean sheets for the previous 4 games, I think it was. So, alright, the clean sheets are not just down to Ben Johnson, it's down to the defence, it's down to the goalkeeper, it's down to the team defending from the front. I get that. But he's been a key component in a team that has kept clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet. So, I think that it's clear to me that we need to get Ben Johnson. I know there's this 2-year option. I don't know what the trigger point is. I don't know. I believe it's the club that can activate it. I'm not entirely sure, but there's this option for an extra 2 years. Well, okay, that's fine. But I think that now Ben Johnson's now starting to establish himself in the first team. I think it's incumbent upon us to try and, again, nail him down on a longer term contract. Give him a little bit more in terms of a wage, because I'm guessing that the financial outlay on him would have probably been, in terms of his weekly wage, is probably quite modest, because he's not really established himself up until now as a first team player. Now for me, Vladimir Tufal has to wait in line. Ben Johnson's in possession of the right back slot, and as far as I'm concerned, he keeps it until such time as his performances significantly dip, or he gets injured or suspended, which allows Vladimir Tufal to obviously take his place in the first team again. But right now, Ben Johnson is the number 1 right back at the club, in my opinion. You might have a different opinion. You might still say it's Vladimir Tufal, but I don't happen to agree with that. Ben Johnson does not deserve to be taken out of the first team right now on the basis of his performances that he's put in for the club over the last 7 games. So it's real simple. He needs to be signed up on a new contract, and he needs to be shown that the club have faith in him to be the long-term right back, because Vladimir Tufal is 29 years of age. So Ben Johnson is longer term going to be our right back for the future. Let me know what you think. Comment section below. Should we be offering Declan Rice 400k a week, If not, what do you think's a sensible amount that West Ham can offer? Our club captain, our heartbeat, our leader, our standard bearer, if we're being completely honest about it. And Ben Johnson, again, he's got a 2-year option on his contract which runs out at the end of this season. But should we offer him another contract on top of that? I believe we should. He's a first team player now. He's established himself. So for me, he's young, he's English, and the only way he's up, like I say, he's got 2 fantastic right backs that he's going to learn his trade, he's going to learn his craft from. He is our right back for the future. He's established himself as a first team member now. Let me know what you think. Comment section below. Get stuck into it, guys. And as I say, don't forget to drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel. Come on, you Irons.